Hello students, Communicative English, Unit 1, and this is your 6th video module. And today we are going to see an essay. You will be asked to write essay for 200 words, and there will be 5 essay questions. Each carries 10 marks, all internal choice. That means you have 5 units. Each and every unit, they ask 2 questions and you need to write only one. So internal choice, these are that are allowed to choose either A or B. And you allowed to have a title, subheading, and most probably you need to have all the essays like this. First one, introduction, and last one, conclusion. In between, there will be 2 or 3 paragraphs. So if you have 5 paragraphs, you will be given 5 into 2, 10 marks. So there are 5 units. Each and every unit, there will be 3 or 4 essays. We will start with first unit, essay. So Communicative English, first unit, your module, 6th one, write an essay on how to use on attention grabber. They are asking you to write an essay about attention grabber. Attention, you know very well. When someone is talking or chatting or speaking, you need to bring their attention towards you. That is the attention. And the grabbing, it's merely capturing or attracting towards yourself. So when you want to introduce yourself in the meeting or in the seminar, audience will be chatting each other, discussing each other. So you need to bring their attention. When you say good afternoon, immediately they will look at you. A good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, immediately everyone will attend your speech on the dais. So this is the way you need to start. And we have some other methods to grab them, to attract them, to capture their attention towards your introduction or any other speech. So what's the question? Write an essay on how to use an attention grabber. The person who is grabbing is known as grabber, attention grabber. So first one, definition. How do you define attention grabber? It's a very simple definition. Listen carefully. An attention grabber is the tool or a device a speaker uses at the beginning of a speech to capture an audience's interest and make them to listen. So simple meaning of grab is capture, and this is the definition. An attention grabber is a tool, it's a device, tool a speaker uses at the beginning of the speech. If at all, if you want to present anything, your first sentence should be very strike. That should strike, that should catch everybody in the auditorium. So an attention grabber is the tool a speaker uses at the beginning of a speech or a talk to capture, to bring their attention and audience's interest. Audience will be different ages, different age groups. Elder will be there, youngster will be there, children will be there. So you need to arrest everybody. How do you arrest? Good afternoon, good evening, and good morning. After that, ladies and gentlemen, elders, brothers, parents, process like that you can grab your attention. So I repeat the definition. An attention grabber is the tool a speaker uses at the beginning of a speech to capture an audience's interest and make them to listen. And the second heading, second paragraph, using an attention grabber in a story to introduce yourself. If you narrate a story, if you tell a story, you see people will immediately listen at you, look at you, listen, and they will listen keenly. The reason everyone likes hearing story. So using an attention grabber in a story to introduce yourself. This is the second heading, and we shall see what you can say in the second paragraph. A good story is a very effective attention grabber. Let it be a 60 years old, 70 years old, or a 30 years old, 18 years old, everyone would like to listen a story. A good story is a very effective attention grabber. If we tell a story about ourselves, we can build our credibility. So you can build, when you narrate a story about yourself, your personal story, or any incident, or any other thing like story, everyone will listen at you. So we can build our credibility. There will be some value, credibility, here value. The story will probably be more relevant to our audience. You need to see how about your audience. If they are all learned persons, you need to say stories accordingly. If they are all children, age group between 8 and 12 or 14, so you need to tell a story according to their age, their interest, and all. And if you want to narrate the story to your fellow friends, then your story should be very attractive. If you say something about Sachin Tendulkar or Tony Dhoni or any other personality, then they will listen. So you need to decide before you tell a story, you need to test yourself. How about your audience? So using an attention grabber in a story to introduce yourself. A good story is a very effective attention grabber. If we tell a story about ourselves, that is our story, we can build our credibility. They would like to listen a new story, new incident. If it is a known one, they may not show interest. So your story should be very fresh, very new, so that they will listen. The story will probably be more relevant to our audience. You need to tell a story relevant to your topic, relevant to your audience. Then only they will listen. Now we shall see how do you tell a story. Telling stories. People love to listen to stories, ghost stories, especially youngsters and all, no? Youngsters, or let it be any age group, they would like to listen ghost stories. And folk tales, old stories. And myths, that means folklore or good old stories, something we cannot believe, myths. Anecdotes, some incidents. Anecdote also more or less stories, tales only. Anecdote means some incidents. And jokes, especially if you crack any jokes, no, people will laugh and they will continue, they will follow you, they will listen you. So there are some examples. People love to listen to stories. First one, ghost stories, folk tales, and myths. And last one, anecdotes. And very last one, jokes. So there are a few things, no, you need to have all the time in your mind. What these kinds of stories have in common is characters, action, suspense, and detail. You know very well why they would like to listen your stories. If you have good characters, some action oriented stories, suspense, thrill, and detail, so that they will listen. Here are some guidelines for telling stories. These points very very important. When you want to tell a story, you need to keep in your mind. First point, consider your audience and purpose. Why you would like to tell a story? What for you would like to tell a story? The main reason, the main purpose of telling story is to grab them, to attract them, to bring their attention towards you. So first you need to consider your audience and purpose. What's the purpose of the telling story, or self introduction, or any other purpose? So first point, consider your audience and purpose. Second one, rehearse your story. You cannot go all in a sudden and tell a story. You need to practice in your home. You'll have to rehearse all up and down stories, points, everything. You cannot explain. Stories cannot be explained. This is self-explanatory. Once you tell a story, they need to understand. That's all. No more explanation, nothing. So accordingly, you'll have to practice. Unless otherwise you practice, you cannot deliver well. When you want to introduce yourself, when you want to start the first sentence, when you want to say a story, try to practice often, twice or thrice. So first point, consider your audience and purpose. Second point, rehearse your story. Third one, use your voice expressively. Your voice should be very catchy, very polite one, expressively. If there is any sorrowful words, if it is any happiest moments, your face should be very happy. Then only you can present well. Use your voice expressively. That should be very clear. Your voice should be very clear, and you should have some expressions. When you want to say good afternoon, that goodness will be there in the tone itself, face itself. So you'll have to say good afternoon, good evening, and you'll have to have respected sir. That respect should be there in the, when you spell out a word, a respected sir, madam, then you'll have to have that respect meaning, that is sense in your face. Respected sir, ladies and gentlemen, dear friends. Friends, so close. So you can say dear friends, like that. So use your voice expressively. And fourth point, very very important, maintain eye contact with your audience. You cannot face the wall or any other place or top of that auditorium, and you cannot say good morning. So you'll have to have eye contact with the audience. Then only you can interact with them like that. So have a eye contact with your audience. That is very very important. Then only they listen. So first point, you need to consider the audience, their age, qualification, and all, and what purpose you are going to deliver a speech. Second one, practice. Third one, you'll have to use your voice effectively, expressively. Fourth one, you should maintain eye contact with your audience. Next one, fifth point, use facial expressions and gestures to enliven your story. You'll have to give life to the story. That should be very casual, at the same time very natural. If it is very artificial, they may not listen. So use facial expressions. When you want to say bird, and you'll have to open your hands, and you should fly. You are not flying, but you'll have to have that flying style and all in your face, as well as hands, everything, your body language and all. So use facial expressions. If it is happy, happy, sorrow, sorrow, or sadful. And gestures, gestures means action. You'll have to have hand gesture, facial expressions, eye contact, everything. Everything you'll have to speak. Not only your mouth, not only your words, everything you'll have to speak. So use facial expressions and gestures to enliven your story. You'll have to give life. So using all these points, you can enrich you can practice, and you can present well. Now, what type of story can be narrated? Here, I have given an example. Example for story. There was a time when two eagles soared above a Shiva temple which was atop a hill. They would come every day at lunchtime, and the priest at the temple would give them food. It became a ritual. According to legend, these eagles were not ordinary eagles, but two rishis whom a curse had transformed into birds. This is a story. I repeat. I repeat once again. I repeat once again. There was a time when two eagles soared above a Shiva temple which was atop a hill. They would come every day at lunchtime, and the priest at the temple would give them food. It became a ritual. According to the legend, these eagles were not ordinary eagles, but two rishis whom a curse had transformed into birds. If you find any hard words, you'll have to refer a dictionary. No way I am going to explain. This is a story, simple story, and I won't explain. If at all, if you need any meaning for one or two words, no hard words, no, just refer for your understanding. Okay. Now we shall continue the essay. This is an example. This is a way you can write. If you want to write any other story also, you can write, but try to write few sentences. You must have guessed which place I am referring to. Now you are talking to the audience. You must have guessed which place I am referring to. As soon as you say eagle, no, immediately people will say, oh, he is from so and so town. He is from so and so town. Such a way you are given story. You must have guessing which place I am referring to. Yes, it is Tirukazhukundram. So you'll have to spell out like this one by one so that they will listen. So you are making them to listen. You have made a curiosity. This is a way you need to have stories, or your first sentence should be like this. So you must have guessed which place I am referring to. Now you are asking, do you know which place I am from? Now they will think over. Oh, is he from Chennai? Is he from Kanchipuram? No, he is from Tirukazhukundram. He is talking about eagle. So it is Tirukazhukundram. Kazhugu, as you know, is the Tamil word for eagle. That's Kazhugu means eagle in English. I come from this place. Now you are introducing your town. Instead of introducing straight away, I am from Tirukazhukundram, no one will listen. Please listen this story so that you understand that where I come from. Where do I come from? They will try to listen keenly. They will try to find the answer. So this is the way you need to create interest among them, your audience. I come from this place, Tirukazhukundram. My name is Lokhanathan. So when you spell out your name, no, my name is Edilan, my name is Lokhanathan, my name is Priya, immediately, oh, he is from Tirukazhukundram. His name is Edilan. Everyone will listen. This is the way you need to grab the audience. Now, using it an anecdote or story or a tale, introduce yourself. This is also other way of introducing yourself. Perhaps the most effective method of grabbing a reader's attention is to use an anecdote. If at all, if you want to say any incident or any anecdote or any stories, any tales, they will immediately attend. They will try to listen. Anecdotes are short stories that illustrate a point. Point to point, that the story will speak. It's not a very big story, short story, maybe 100 words, 50 words, all small stories only, short stories only, but that should illustrate, give an example. Example, illustration means example. When short stories that illustrate a point, when used properly, they can captivate our audience and even make them forget. And they may leave, they may forget. That you need not worry. Your point is to bring their attention. That's all. Let them listen, let them listen, nothing more. If they forget, you need not worry. When used properly, they can captivate our audience and even make them forget. When opening with a story, we must start right in the middle of the scene, not right from first line to last line, first incident to last incident. If it is the midst of the story, no, they may not know what's the first one, what's the last one, next one, and all. So that you are trying to create interest. This is a curiosity. Nothing should be given as per order. You should start in the middle of the story. When opening with a story, we must start right in the middle of a scene, not from the first scene. Use a descriptive language to paint the setting. So they need to have that exact background, all a natural setting, all colorful painting like, and strong verbs to describe the actions. You have to give, yes, stand, listen, like that, all verbs, that too strong verbs, will, can, these are all strong verbs in English. So our audience can experience the events. Immediately they will try to imagine, oh, what was the last scene? What would be the next scene? They may think over, they may analyze, they may bring their attention towards you. What you are going to say, next one, next one, next one. So you are creating interest. Furthermore, we should not tell listeners how they should feel about the anecdote, show them in a way that allows them to figure for themselves. So you'll have to give that story only midst of the story, not the entire story. And you should not give, this is the way you should feel. No, no instruction, no guidelines, nothing. You'll have to say as such, let them experience themselves, let them have that feeling, then they will try to follow you. To support our topic and to interest the audience, we may choose an amusing or interesting incident from our own life. We'll have to give all these anecdotes or any incident, no, should be your own life. Nothing should be artificial, nothing should be from other areas, all told one or known one and all. It should be very fresh one. If it is your life story, any part of the story, they will listen. Using it in a joke to interest yourself. Next one, how do you crack jokes? It's like a pickle. Your speech should not be joke right from first word to last word, first sentence to last sentence. You need to give one or two jokes, nothing more. You should be very careful. Joke only will help you, let them laugh, and then they will happily follow you. That's all. Using it in a joke to interest yourself. People love to laugh. Everyone, of course, it's all human beings, no? They would like to laugh, be merry always. By telling a good joke early in the speech, we not only build our rapport with the audience, but also motivate them to listen with the promise of more humor. So once you crack first joke, no, they will wait for what would be the next one. And he is that speaker is going to say some more jokes. So you are making interest. So you'll have to crack jokes, one or two. And parallelly, that will motivate them to listen with the promise of more humor. We must make sure that the joke is not offensive. We should not hurt anybody. That should not be offensive. And we should just all lighter way, lighter way, mildly we should cut the jokes, and that it fits well with the rest of our speech. That also relevant to your speech. Let it be a story, anecdote, or a folklore, or anything that should be relevant to the topic, relevant to the audience. You should not be irrelevant. You should not give any irrelevant stories. And the last one, conclusion. So first paragraph, introduction or definition. Second, third, fourth paragraph now, and you have developed, you have enriched the topic, and the last one, conclusion. Conclusion is nothing but summarizing. You need to summarize the points. Yes, first one, second one, third one. You have to give briefly everything, whatever you have given already. Conclusion. The main purpose of a speech introduced is to create interest. If we manage to do that right from the start, it will be easier for us to grab attention later on. Our introduction should be able to make the audience want to listen to us even more. So, this is the key point. Why you would like to have attention grabber? Once you bring the attention, no, they will continue. If our speech is for 5 minutes, 10 minutes, no, they will be listening till you wind up the speech, till you say goodbye, thank you. They will stay with you. They will live with you. They will listen your first word to last word. This is the attention grabber. I repeat, conclusion. The main purpose of a speech introduce is to create interest. You need to create interest. If we manage to do that right from the start, it will be easier for us to grab attention later on, till the last point, till the last minute or second. Our introduction should be able to make the audience want to listen to us even more. So this is the first essay. Read and read, try to understand what is it, and then if it appears for the second assessment, you can write well. All the best. Thank you.